Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Paul McGinley Field for another day of Trinity University Soccer. We're getting you started today with the women's match. It is the HSU Cowgirls taking on the Trinity Tigers. Chris Hockman, and joining me is Scott Lieber. Scott, this is a big one, a rematch of the NCAA first round last year.
Yeah, there's got to be a little bit of animosity going into this game. Trinity knocked out last year by Hardin-Simmons, so I'm sure that they want to win this one a little bit more than you want to win any game.
Yeah, they have a winning record against Hardin-Simmons, 9-7-3. But they can get agonizingly close to being even if they lose this one. They played Hardin-Simmons twice last year. Didn't win either of them. One was a tie. One was a win for Hardin-Simmons. That infamous win last match they played last season was being knocked out by the Cowgirls. So I'm certain that Trinity's going to be hungry to win this one. Hardin-Simmons are coming in with a national ranking, ranked 18th in the nation. They are predicted to defend their ASC title, which I don't think is terribly surprising. Typically, whoever won it is almost always picked to defend their crown. So it'll be interesting to see how things play out today. Big test for both teams, a good early test. Hardin-Simmons coming in, they won on Friday. 2-1 win against TLU, not too far from here, down in Seguin, which is a fun place to go. It's a real short commute for Trinity teams when they head out to Seguin. It's a hot one again. If you were with us on Friday for the men, it is 91 again. The feels like is warmer. It is humid. We're expecting rain all the way through Thursday, so that humidity is really ramping it up. Going to make hydration important. We've had water breaks in all 3 games so far. I don't know if we're on, but we should be, given it's as hot as it was on Friday. So we'll see how things go. Let's run through the Cowgirls starting lineup. They are unchanged from the lineup that they had on Friday. So Abigail Medlin starting in goal. Gabby Aviles, who scored their season opener. Kayan Corporal, Carolyn Burrow, Kian Alamo, Lexi Templin, Mercy Mummett, Kaylee Maddox, Taylor Garrett, Lauren Stengel, and Kaylee Willis. Gabby Aviles is my player to watch. She had a really great season last year, scoring 12 goals. 3 of them were game winners. She's already scored 1 this season, scoring that opener. The other goal scorer was Kaylee Maddox in the 2-1 win against TLU, the Bulldogs there down in Seguin. Trinity, well, they come in after a scoreless draw against Occidental last night. Game finished 22 hours ago. They are going again. And some interesting lineup news. I don't know about you, Scott, but I was surprised to read that Trinity's going unchanged.
Yeah, it was really interesting for both of us when we saw that. Thinking about the lineup yesterday, we saw how strong it was. We questioned whether or not, going into that game yesterday, we thought that maybe Trinity would go with a, mixed up lineup, something a little different than, their strongest squad. They came in with their strongest squad. They didn't necessarily rotate that squad as much as I maybe expected them to. And then, they've got the game today and they come out with that same 11 again. We were expecting a lot of need for rest if you're going to be playing back-to-back games, a lot of room for substitutions. So far, it doesn't look like that. I'll be interested to see how the fitness holds up.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see when those substitutions come in as well. So really fascinating lineup. I was shocked. You were shocked. So we'll run through that starting lineup for the Tigers. If you weren't with us last night, it's Lauren Lewis in goal. She's one of 2 players that played a full 90. Malia Cesar, Abby Schneider, Hannah Khan, Bree Werner, Kylie Harris, Darian Williard, Clara Richards, Ilsa Newland, the other player that played a full 90 and is backing up today, Taylor Campbell, and Michaela Bosco. My player to watch is Bree Werner. She came in, transferred from Coastal Carolina this year. She was dangerous on Friday. She had the most shots out of any of the players that we had on Friday. She had 5 shots, 3 of them on target, which is a decent return, honestly. She's a midfielder, but she did get forward really well, running onto balls that were played back, trying to get forward onto crosses. Who would you highlight, Scott?
Yeah, so for me, I'm going to talk about Michaela Bosco. Yesterday, she was absolutely incredible down the right wing, using her speed really well. Got so many balls into the box, but it did create a problem for Trinity. Nobody was finishing them.
So let's pause for the anthem. We're going to have to go on mute so YouTube doesn't cut us off, and we'll be right back. And so we're back. The players slapping hands, getting ready for this one. I think it should be a really tense game. I think there's going to be a lot of feeling in this one even early. We saw some, I feel like all 3 games we've already seen this weekend had some pretty exciting endings to them. I think notably of the Methodist game on Friday evening, which didn't even involve a Trinity team. A controversial kind of finish there. Bit of a controversial finish to Trinity's men's game as well. And then the women had a really dramatic end with a close call for a goal. So teams getting ready to do the coin toss. And we'll see, which really probably isn't going to matter a great deal today. If you're not familiar, Paul McGinley Field's oriented north-south, so no goalkeeper's really going to get any sun in their eyes at all. And the wind, yeah, it's pretty consistent. It blows from that sort of, what would we call that, the north end? I'm bad with those cardinal directions. But anyway, the end with the trees and not the scoreboard. That end. The wind pretty consistently blows in from there, so any goal kicks on the far side do get caught up in the breeze just a little bit. But hopefully we'll get a bit of a breeze because could use it to take the edge off. It's hot again here, which, you know, used to. Both of these teams are going to be used to. Hardin-Simmons in northern Texas. So it's not like they're immune to this heat. But it is a hot one. The breeze will help take the edge off. I think Trinity are going to be hungry for goals after missing out. We'll go back to what you were talking about, Scott. Bosco with that speed on the wing, big threat, but it really only works if someone's running onto him.
Yeah, absolutely. And she put in a good number of crosses yesterday, a lot of corner kicks as well. Trinity had 10 yesterday. Couldn't score on any of them. I thought the performance all around from Trinity was really good yesterday. A lot of good performances across the board, specifically in the midfield as well. Was really impressed with Malia Cesar holding it that 6th position yesterday. But nobody could really find the solution in the box to get it in the back of the net.
Yeah, you got to have people running onto it. You got to have people who have those answers. For all of Bosco's work, it just didn't pay off. Run through the coaches for you. Head coach for HSU is Rusty Oglesby. Won his first ever game as a college coach, winning for HSU last year. So obviously his first season, he was an All-American punter for the HSU football team back at his college days. But don't let that fool you. He's got the soccer chops. He's been coaching soccer for a very long time. Really excited to see him given the chance to excel at his alma mater. And a really good start for him. Players were definitely really pleased to get that first win for him. For Trinity, It's Dylan Harrison in his 9th season. 134-18-9 record with Trinity. He also played for Trinity, played for the men's team. And his wife, Kristen, is an associate AD here at Trinity as well. So Trinity definitely in the blood of the Harrisons. So got a lot going on there. He did have his 200th career win because he coached at Nichols State before he came here. He's got the record there for the most wins by a head coach. So he did well at Nichols. Looks like HSU will be kicking off. So HSU, they are in the white and purple. They're going to be going from right to left on your screen for this first half. Trinity in the maroon. They're going to be going from left to right on your screen as we get underway here between the Tigers and the Cowgirls.
Cowgirls bench is pretty loud to start this one. They were really energetic right from the very outset. The huddle was loud, so they got a lot of energy. Trinity's got to match it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. We talk about energy. I think that's going to be a topic for today with the Trinity team having a 22-hour turnaround from full-time to kickoff. The recovery work would have been really important last night for them. Cowgirls starting well with the extended period of possession. That's a beautiful ball from Lexi Templin. Found Carolyn Burrow really well. She makes a run down the left. It's going to be cleared away, though, by the Tigers for a throw for the Cowgirls deep in the Trinity half. Thrown in, but only finding the Trinity head. I believe that was Taylor Campbell's head. Getting that away. Now a chance to turn for the Tigers. Held up well there by Schneider. Schneider looking for Bosco here on the right, which we did see a lot of on Saturday night, last night, going down the right with Bosco. They did sort of change things up a bit in the second half, so it'll be interesting to see how quickly that comes on. Ball well won by Cesar against that player to watch, Gabby Aviles. There's an interesting story in this game. 2 international teammates playing together, playing against each other, I should say, which we don't see a lot in college soccer. Is 2 international teammates, but Malia Cesar and Kian Alamo both played for the Philippines national team. Both went to the Asian Cup. Good opportunity here for HSU, but the through ball just doesn't come out. It's going to be a goal kick for the Tigers. Yeah, 2 of them both went to India in 2022 for the Women's Asian Cup, where the Philippines sealed their historic appearance in their first ever Women's World Cup. Which, someone I'm a big fan of, Alan Stejic, coaching the Las Filipinas in that one. Free kick here for the Cowgirls, just inside the own half. Big shout out to Paul McGinley giving us the men's lineup. What are we, 2 hours in advance of kickoff?
Well in advance.
I think the rule was 15, so. Sent forward, really good boot, flicked on, which is something you've talked about a lot, Scott, those second balls, winning that second ball.
Yeah, and it's been a big deal early in this season at Paul McGinley Field. Just who can pick up that ball on the edge of the box. If you can get it away as a defender, it's huge. You can maybe start to build a counter. But if you let the offensive team pick it up on the edge of your box after you have cleared it away slightly, it's danger. Everybody's out of position, everybody's unorganized, and it could spell disaster.
Yeah, we saw that a couple times last night for Occidental, where they let the ball bounce in the box. And so now it's a corner for HSU.
My early notes here, I think it looks like a 4-3-3 for both teams, each of them playing with a 6, an 8, and a 10 in midfield. So it could be really interesting to see 2 lineups that are exactly man for man going head to head.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Going to be a really interesting tactical battle because we saw last night 2 very different styles against each other. Swung in, far post, beautiful header, great save. Sends it over the top. But what a beautiful header there.
Just a brilliant set piece there from
Lauren
Hardin-Simmons.
Stengel with the header. came running in late. Really good work.
Just a really smart set play. They changed the angle, and I really like when teams do that. You play it short. The defenders in the box, they're expecting a ball from a certain angle. You switch it up. Now all of a sudden they have to change the way they're facing to continue with their marks. You get the ball in, nobody's marking at the back post, and the header's on target.
Yeah, you've got that experience defending against that kind of thing. How difficult is that?
It's extremely difficult. Once you change the angle, it's hard to keep track of your runners. You're trying to see where the ball is. You're also trying to keep track of where your runner is. You also have to keep track of where the goal is. So there's a lot to keep track of. You change it that quickly. The other team knows what's coming. Hardin-Simmons players, they know that it's going to be taken short, so they know where their run's going to be regardless. Trinity has to adapt on the fly. It's really difficult.
Yeah, 3 corners early here for HSU. That one's a little flatter, put in directly. Shot from Burrow. Goes high and wide. Yeah, I was watching something the other day. Statistically, corners aren't actually that high scoring as you think they are. A direct corner is a really difficult situation to score from because you're right against the byline. So there's only one direction the ball can go. It has to go back.
Yep.
And everybody's setting up and ready for that. So taking a short corner opens up the angle. Really interesting video on YouTube. I think it's not Fubo, Tifo. Tifo did a really good video explaining how they would fix corners.
And notice how Hardin-Simmons, after taking 2 short corners, then they were just able to dribble one on the ground, slowing into the middle for a shot because Trinity, they don't know what to expect anymore. They're maybe, going into the game, they're expecting the delivery in. Now they're expecting the short corner. It comes in straight in on the ground, and Hardin-Simmons is the first to it. In that situation, Hardin-Simmons should never be the first one to that ball. They were.
Yeah, and what it does is it forces, you see Trinity have to have 2 plays out. Good ball in again. Goes far post this time, but Trinity are going to recover and get it away. But you force 2 players out, which means there's fewer bodies in the box defending for Trinity because they don't want to give someone a free run. Ball coming out here for Bosco. She's got support, but it's just played in between 2 thanks to a deflection, and HSU
that could have been dangerous. Could have been dangerous. HSU had poured so many numbers forward. They had a long spell of possession, multiple corners, and then all of a sudden Bosco was in a ton of space at midfield. With her speed, that could have been really dangerous. Hardin-Simmons lucky to come away without conceding a true counterattack.
Yeah, and that will be a free kick, so a good opportunity here for Trinity to set something up. I imagine Bosco is going to be over it.
I think that Hannah Kahn would have wanted them to play advantage there. She picked up the ball. She had space in front of her, but the referee blew the whistle. I think she's a little frustrated there, but she'll take her chances on the set piece.
Yeah, it's going to be Kahn standing over it, actually. So we'll see. Too far out for a direct one for me, although we did see one last night where we thought it was too far out, and it ended up being a lot more direct than expected. So we'll see. Hannah Kahn lining it up. Big run up. Sends it in flat. Nobody gets a touch on the end of it. Oh, a defender does. There's a deflection in there, so it will be a corner for the Tigers. Their first of the day, and it'll be Bosco running over to take it.
It's interesting. Twice in a row now we've seen these central free kicks from deep. Trinity's just trying to have a hit. Maybe that's the game plan. Put it into a dangerous area with a lot of speed and see if somebody can get a slight touch and put it in.
Corner swung in, going far post. Misses everybody, but it's still there for Trinity. Shot comes. A little bit of a miscommunication, but it works out well. You'd rather have a miscommunication that way where 2 people are defending. So it worked out. Shot comes in, blocked. And now a chance maybe for HSU to counter. No. Good work from Ilsa Newland to gather possession. She has a go herself. I think she was hoping someone was going to run onto that, but the run had already sort of come in more centrally and it just didn't work out for her.
Hardin-Simmons started the game really well. They were on the front foot. They had Trinity on their heels. But ever since that, they got the ball cleared off that corner, Trinity have found their footing a little bit. Now it's Hardin-Simmons who are pinned back in their third a little bit.
Yeah, it's been really back and forth. Been a really entertaining game to watch. We're 10 minutes in. Still scoreless. So Tigers will gather and look to build out the back. Ball played forward, was looking for Werner, but was just beyond her. Cesar getting back, tracking, trying to gather possession. Ball played forward here. Good opportunity for Burrow on the left, but just can't get there. Ball beats it to the byline. And it's going to be a goal kick for Trinity. Lauren Lewis did have a little bit of a spill of the ball earlier that gave away probably an unnecessary corner. But she didn't have to make a save at all against Occidental on Saturday night. So for her, there wasn't a ton to do. She wasn't called into action. So the saves she's made early was her first save of the season, despite already playing 90 minutes. As HSU will work it back down, the Cowgirls working well here. Tries to turn, just can't do so for Aviles. Played forward again though. Templin on the ball, looks around, tries to find support, which sees her close down. The block falls favourably for Caparel. Taylor Garrett uses her strength to keep possession. She plays it back for Willis.
That's really well done there. Dangerous position as a 6 to receive the ball there and not know that the number 9, the striker, is coming back on your back like that. Could be really dangerous. Did really well to keep her calm, keep possession, keep Hardin-Simmons with the ball.
And keep a couple misplaced passes there. See Trinity getting forward. Schneider playing it out for Werner. Werner goes forward for Bosco, but it just is in front of her. Bosco's going to put the pressure on to try and force at least getting a throw out of this, which is what she does.
Yeah, good pressure there from Bosco, using that speed, not giving her defender any space to get it away.
Yeah, important to do when you really, she knew she wasn't going to get that ball, so she had to do something differently. So a throw in here for the Tigers. Right up on HSU's byline. Controlled well there by Richards, but lost out, although they almost lost it. Cleared away. Better safe than sorry for me. It's going to be a throw again for the Tigers, but further back, so a bit of a loss of territory, although where they were is not a great position to build something up anyway. A few options here for the throw. Goes with Werner. Werner's got Cesar in support. That's where she goes. Cesar plays it back for Newland. Laid off for Werner, who shoots wide. And it'll be a goal kick for HSU here in the early stages. But been a lot of goal front action in these early moments.
Yeah, that was a good build by Trinity there. I'm not sure why Werner decided to go with the shot, but the build-up was there, the opportunity was there, just maybe a little bit too far away, in my opinion, for the shot from there.
Yeah, just a bit. Bosco playing a little more centrally too. She seems to be cutting in more than she was yesterday night, which might be a change, looking to do something different, see if it works. These early games are the chance to try things differently. Werner using her strength well, but really good work there from Aviles to cut in. But her ball doesn't work out. It comes for Werner. Werner has a go again. And she's hit it. It's a heck of a goal. Over the head of Medlin in goal. My word. Perfectly placed goal, Scott.
Yeah, it's that. Wow, I'm really impressed. You know, just a second ago I was like criticizing her for taking a shot from a similar range, but just lobs the keeper right into the back of that. We saw Adam Knutson score a similar goal on Friday from a similar position. Just lobs the keeper right into the back of the net. It's unfortunate for Hardin-Simmons. It comes off of the back of a giveaway in midfield, trying to play back to the center back. That type of square ball can be really dangerous. If you telegraph it too much, a midfielder can pick it off, and that's exactly what happened. And Werner makes no mistake.
Yeah, ever so slightly against the run of play, really. But really beautiful chip. It was hard for me to tell from my angle that it had gone in initially. So my reaction wasn't as big as it probably should have been for a goal like that. Really beautiful chip. Trinity 1, Hardin-Simmons 0. First goal of the season for the Tigers goes to Brie Werner. But another corner here for HSU. I imagine that's going to fire HSU up, though.
Yeah, Trinity had been down in HSU's half for a lot of the last few minutes, but all of a sudden, after that goal, HSU right up the field.
Trinity, though, dealing with the corner. But just a beautiful chip there from Werner. So we'll see. That might allow Trinity now to make those subs and changes earlier with a lead. Try things out. We'll see. You never want to sit on a 1-0. People say 2-0 is the most dangerous lead. I think 1-0 is. It's the only one way the result can change with a goal.
I think in order for 2-0 to be the most dangerous lead, it has to be like a per goal type of thing, because obviously a 1-goal advantage is far more dangerous than a 2-goal advantage, but I digress.
just couldn't really get that ball where they wanted it to go, the Cowgirls. I think the ideas are there, but it's just not coming out. Big shout out to the HSU fans. I know there's a big graduate contingent here in San Antonio, so it's always nice to see a lot of fans on that far stand. Really packing the place out tonight. Bosco's going to gather that one in. Just going to square it. Trying to open up space for herself for the shot as the 227s go at it. Good work defensively there from Kalia Willis. Controlled well here, HSU. Cesar, shoulder to shoulder and strength there. That for me felt like a push in the back, to be honest with you, but she gets it and she'll run forward. But shoots right at the keeper, Des Werner. She's got a confidence up after that goal. I think we're going to see even more shots from her. She was far and away the shot leader on Saturday, I should say.
Yeah, that was another decent effort, powerful effort, just too straight at the keeper.
Yeah, just a little too close on that occasion. Also, a big shout out to the HSU fans that are watching. I know you're out there checking in on your team on the road. We appreciate you joining us as well. Sent forward, but unfortunately it's just two in the middle of everybody. And the keeper will come meddling to claim it. Through the first 15 minutes, Trinity 1, HSU 0. Little against the run of play of the goal there. HSU probably having the better of the early 15, but not on the scoreboard, not in the one stat that counts. Heavy ball, but I think it's going to beat it to the byline. And it will. Oh, it doesn't. It actually goes out for a throw, which is a bit of a win for Trinity. A throw is going to be much harder to do something with for the Cowgirls.
Yeah, you can pin them in here and potentially win the ball high up the field.
Decent ball. Trinity have let it bounce. You never want to let the ball bounce like that. Lexi Templin spots Lewis off a line, but can't do anything accurately enough. Not a bad idea with the keeper that far off the line.
No, but it's the hard skill to pull off from that range, especially it would have been on the volley. Not just a goal from that range, but a goal on the volley from that range would have been one of the best goals I've ever seen in my life if that had gone in.
So Tigers back with possession. Clara Richards making her way up the left. She has options. She goes down the left more. Cross coming in, blocked well. Really good defensive work there from HSU.
So far, I've liked the way that the ref has officiated this game, letting a lot of physicality go. I think in a game like this, which is so tense, and there's so much on the line between these two teams, considering the playoff matchup from last year, I just think letting them play like that is a good thing.
Yeah, it was Caparol there with the good challenge. All ball, too. One of the things that helps you as a referee is when they're all fair challenges.
Yeah.
You can let the game flow. And he's very communicative too. We just saw him hold his hands to his chest and point, signaling it's not a handball because her hands were in. And so a good run here again from Templin. Gets some support. Good switch. Really great switch from Templin. Goes out wide to Alamo, who has a go. It's going to be a goal kick.
Templin has been really good for me early on here. She's looking for the ball from her midfielders, from her defenders, picking it up in dangerous areas and finding her teammates. As a number 9, you know, your biggest job is to score goals, but she's doing the other parts of the job really well right now.
Yeah, she's not just, a lot of times someone has that number 9 on the back and it can be a little bit looking for the goal, but she's been looking for her teammates a lot more, which has been really, really great to see. Tigers will clear it away. Just over the head. But she's going to make the run for it. Here's Abby Schneider, cleared away. Trinity may have shifted actually to have 2 up front now. But switch one of those 3 back into that midfield to try and control midfield. Schneider trying to turn it for Bosco, but could only find Willis.
It was a great idea, just didn't come off for her.
Fortunate bounce there for the Tigers to find Werner. Lays it off for Cesar. Cesar trying to play the through ball, but I don't think a teammate was on board. Runs out for a goal kick.
Yeah, I think just a little bit of miscommunication there between Cesar and Khan.
Yeah, Khan was there, but just a little finer than where the ball was played. So it sort of went in between and eventually out for the goal kick here for the Cowgirls. 26 minutes to play. We're going to get close to a drinks break soon if that's coming. Didn't speak to the referees about it beforehand, so I didn't hear. Ball played on for Bosco, just beaten to it. Just a little fast. Stengel with the clearance. That's going to run out. It's going to be a decision. It's going to be an HSU throw. Despite Campbell sticking her arm out wanting it, I don't think there was much of a question there. Stengel with the throw for the Cowgirls. Goes over the head. Decent idea. They'll get the territorial gain either way. Stengel again. Good positioning there, though, from Campbell. Sort of sticks in the middle, so if the throw's just a little short, it'll go for her. That comes out for Aviles. Cleared away by the Tigers. Quickest to the ball was Mummett. Mummett playing it forward for Maddox. Maddox on the ball now, looking for options, looking for support. She has to go back. So the Cowgirls will take some time trying to build something up here. Cesar gathers it in from Aviles.
Great strength from Cesar there to just intercept that ball and then muscle off her defender.
Werner back to Cesar. Going forward just a little too far away from Schneider. Gathered well by Willis. Played forward now, but for Aviles, who lays it back. Going to Burrow, but it's just in front of her. It's going to go out for a throw-in for the Tigers, and we'll see their first change. This is definitely earlier than we saw their change. Their first change on Saturday. It's Ellie Creek,
yeah,
who you thought had a really great game. I thought she also had a good game.
Yeah, yesterday I might have even said, if not for the fact that the Occidental goalkeeper had an insane game yesterday for her debut and a shutout on her debut. If not for that, I would have given Creek my player of the game. So,
yeah, it was a heck of a game from that goalkeeper. Can't speak highly enough of how well she played. She had a great game. So it's Creek on for the Tigers. We're about to see a change as well for the Cowgirls, who have possession here.
Creek going on there. She typically plays more in the number 8 role, or as most people would know it, the box-to-box center midfielder, the one who goes back and forth a little bit more, which is interesting. She came on for Richards, who was playing at the 6 or the defensive midfielder role. So I think Malaya Cesar is going to drop back into that more defensive role, and Creek is going to come in and take over for Cesar.
So free kick here for the Tigers. It was decent work there from Burrow, but just got her feet caught up. And so it'll be a chance here for the Tigers to get the ball away. HSU also readying a sub. There's also going to be some more subs coming for the Tigers. Throw-in comes, so we'll see those changes made. The changes coming for Hardin-Simmons. And I believe I also saw for Trinity coming on Kate Askew as well. She's the first-year midfielder from Dallas. Had 33 minutes on Saturday, last night, did Askew. So she had a decent cameo in that second half. The Cowgirls lose out. Tigers now working it up the left.
Oh, cheap giveaway. That's not where you want to give it away there.
Yeah, we saw the giveaway result in a goal the other way. Big opportunity here for HSU. Just cut out, though. Good work defensively there from Taylor Campbell. Ilsa Newland sends it up. He's looking for Schneider. Just can't get around Willis.
Willis has been really strong early on.
Oh, big mistake here. Good opportunity. Wide open net, but she's put too much on it. And it goes for a goal kick. HSU get away with one there. Schneider really should have got that on target. There was no reason to get under that ball at all and go for a shot up with the net empty. That's one you just pass along the ground into the back of the net, and it would have been a for sure goal. But she's missed that opportunity, has Abby Schneider. Can score. She does have 10 goals in her career, so she's definitely capable. She had 7 of those came last year. So
I just think Medlin was recovering in a way that made her a little bit uncomfortable. She just maybe wanted to make sure there were some defenders who had recovered into the net. It wasn't a totally open net. It was a mostly open net, and maybe that just gave her a little bit of an anxiety, tried to lift it a little bit, did a little too much.
Yeah, just put a little too much on it. Substitutions that were made for HSU. Grace Bales coming on, and Taylor Koch also coming on. She's a first-year forward from Centerville, Ohio, who's both her parents played for Hardin-Simmons. Her mum played tennis, her dad played football. So a lot of history there. She was an all-area player in high school. She's definitely capable of doing big things, is Taylor Koch. We saw a lot of first years already this week who have had a big impact on their school. The contrast between those two, Grace Bales, grad student. So could not be more of a contrast. And a sub in for Trinity just on the drinks break there. I believe it's Kayla Boven coming in. She did not play yesterday. So that's the first player we've seen that didn't play earlier this week.
She's got her work cut out for her. She's coming in for Campbell at this right back position, who's been really good over the past 2 days.
Yeah, she had a great game yesterday too. Did Campbell. To Caleb Boven, sophomore defender from Key. And that's two. Right as I'm looking down.
It's a very interesting one for me. Ball goes up to Bosco. Bosco actually does a really good job, something that she's not used to doing. Great hold-up play from her. She lays it off to Malaya Cesar, who has a bit of space because of the way that Bosco held it up. She can just lay it off to Cesar. Cesar takes the space that Bosco opened up and sees the goalkeeper slightly off her line, decides to go for it, gets it right over, very similar to the first goal. Medlin struggling early with those high shots.
Yeah, Malaya Cesar scores her second goal of her career. Obviously first of the season, because they didn't score last night. So Malaya Cesar, an early goal, took her a while to get going last year, get that one goal. Expecting her to play a bigger role this season. She's already played more minutes than she played on average last season, which isn't uncommon. She's a sophomore out of Portland, Filipina international. She does have an international goal to her name as well. Scored against Indonesia at the Asian Cup in India.
Yeah, that's not something a lot of people can say, that they have an international goal under their belt. So very impressive stat line.
Tigers still going. HSU heads down a little bit after the goal, which didn't happen on the first goal. They really picked up and lifted. So really interesting to see that they're just struggling a little bit.
Yeah, since that first goal, though, I think Hardin-Simmons came out really strong right after that first goal. But since that initial pushback, it's been really all Trinity again. And Hardin-Simmons right now are they're in danger of being blown out of the water if Trinity can put another one in before halftime.
Yeah, it's certainly surprising scoreline this early, 2-0. I was expecting it to be more cagey defensive from both teams. It's not, to be fair, not how either team set up. They set up to go for it. Big runs forward here from the Tigers. That's Boven. Fresh legs.
Great lead from Clark.
More numbers in the middle than we saw yesterday, which was a big problem. And it's already paid dividends. These runners getting in the middle. Bosco is playing more centrally right now, which I think is paying off. She's switching well. Those two, Boven and Bosco, switching. We now see Bosco on the right. She's got a chance to put it in. That's what Dylan Harrison wants her to do. She doesn't. She loses out possession. Really good work defensively there from HSU. That was Lauren Stengel working well at the back. Goes wide and finds Boven. Boven sends it forward for Bosco. Numbers in the box. Sends it in. Dealt with defensively again. This time by Mummets. Sent away, cleared away. Controlled. I think she's going to have to try and play it centrally. She lets it go out. Good shepherding work there from Kayla Boven.
Boven and Bosco really looking to combine a lot down this right wing. They're playing each other every time they get the ball, it seems.
Yeah, it's already a combination we've said a lot. and she's only been on for a few minutes. So fascinating to see here. Goes for the turn, just doesn't come out.
Hardin-Simmons cannot get out of their own third right now. They need to relieve some of this pressure.
Yeah, it's really bogged down for Hardin-Simmons. The Tigers really having some good opportunities here. And I think Hardin-Simmons are too good to say that this is over at 2-0. Even if a third goes in, I wouldn't say this game's over by any means. But it's a long way back from 3. 3's a lot further back to come than 2.
Yeah, and you just see the way that Hardin-Simmons have dropped their head since that second goal went in. It's been all Trinity since then. Hardin-Simmons are in real danger right now. They're scrambling.
Yeah, we just saw there. Good turn from Abby Schneider that really, before that second goal, would never have been allowed to happen. Good opportunity here for Williard. Bounces in front of the keeper. Those are really difficult to get as a goalkeeper. Those can be very, very hard to get your hands on. But they'll welcome the opportunity to have a breather and get the ball away. As the Tigers ready some substitutions. Working it up the left now. Work there from Caporal. Caporal trying to get the ball back. Really fought against 2 Tigers. It's going to work out. The Tigers come away with a sliding challenge. Doesn't pay off.
I'm really curious when the last time Hardin-Simmons had a touch in the Trinity half was. It's been a while.
Thought they might get one there, but the Tigers react quick enough. Good turn here from Bosco. She's got support from Boven. Goes forward instead, cleared away. And so now the Tigers can make those changes they had ready.
And I talked about this a lot yesterday. Trinity had a really good defensive shape yesterday, and I think that's what's helping them so much right now. It's really, really hard to break down this Trinity system. They mark well, they hold space well, and they force you to play the ball backwards and try long balls over the top rather than actually building through the middle. It's a really good strategy. It's worked so far for them. They've allowed 0 goals in their first 90 minutes plus however much, 30 minutes.
Yeah, around about 30. It's almost 2 hours of soccer. Yet to allow a goal. So I did see Alex Doran go on for Trinity. She made her collegiate debut yesterday. Run you through those changes when we get a moment. Really good opportunity here for Doran. It's blocked, gathered well by the keeper. The other changes for Trinity. We have Isabella Rueda, junior midfielder from Broomfield, Colorado, didn't play yesterday. Clara Richards, I think, came off. No, Clara Richards is one of the players that came on. And then Anna Newland comes on. Ilsa is still on, so the Newland sisters back at it again. And then 2 changes for the Cowgirls there. Rachel Bonnen, sophomore forward, out of Lufkin, comes in. As does Belle Floyd, junior midfielder. We have seen someone with the last name Floyd score an absolute banger here already this weekend. And you'll get to see him again tonight if you stick around for the men's game. Playing for Methodist, scored their goal. So stick around for that one at 8 o'clock Central. 9 o'clock Eastern for those of you in North Carolina. Yeah, just clipped it coming through there. So a free kick here for HSU, a bit of an extended period. And there could be a yellow here. Clock is stopped. There is a yellow. So
I think the decision for the foul was right there. I'm not so sure about the yellow card. It was just, a foot stuck in a little late, but minimal contact, and there was no real opportunity on for Hardin-Simmons, so absolutely not a tactical or a professional foul. So I'm not so sure I agree with the card, but it's been given.
yeah, yellow card there for Doran, her first yellow card of her career in her second game. There weren't any yesterday, actually, for either side. I was looking back over the stats this morning, and I thought, oh, that's why I didn't have anything written down for it.
Good, clean game.
Really was. This ball goes out wide. Opportunity here for Trinity. Numbers pouring forward. Good ball out wide left. Cut back, but only to the Hardin-Simmons players. Everybody for Trinity went far post, ball went near post, so it doesn't come off. Tigers swinging it in. It's bounced. Keeper's going to get there, though, you feel? Yes, she does. And so now, HSU with the ball. Playing it forward, Newland.
And again, the Trinity defense just able to pick off these passes into the forwards really easily.
HSU, though, back on the ball right as you're saying that, which is always how it goes. It's Bush that won that ball. Played back for the keeper. Some pressure coming, but easily works it out to Willis. Willis on the ball, nutmegs her defender. Goes for Bales. Definite push in the back there. And so she'll earn a free kick. The instruction there to take your time, which I think would be smart for HSU when they've rushed things a little bit today. It's been hard to see. They've kind of lost the ball when they rush it.
Great defending by Harris.
Gathered in well. Good work there from Floyd. Floyd lays it off for Stengel. Stengel to Bales. Over to Floyd now. In the middle. Opportunity to play it down the wing. Really good run here. Just beats her out to the sideline. Rachel Bonnen made a good run. She really enjoys taking on defenders one-on-one, so she would have really liked that opportunity. Two-time district MVP in high school. In Lufkin, which is a competitive area. As HSU gather that ball back.
They just have no time on the ball. Every time they have it, Trinity just swarm them. Swarm not only the ball carrier, but also all of their options. It's really hard for Hardin-Simmons to connect any passes right now.
Yeah, been a very composed game from Trinity that we didn't see yesterday. Good opportunity here. Goes to ground much too easily for me, to be honest. I don't think she was looking for a penalty, though. She got immediately back up. Which isn't how people looking for a penalty would behave. But you got to be stronger than that in those situations. And so we'll have a change coming up for the Tigers, who get possession back. No, they don't. Really good work there from Rachel Bonnen, who makes a run. She's just a little short, trying to find Bush. And an opportunity here for the Tigers to build something. The turn's there, but the ball just wasn't. Ball comes back to Doran. Good turn. Tigers trying to work it forward. On the left now. Kept in well. Goes to ground. All ball cleared away. And so we'll see more changes. So going to the bench a lot more, which to be expected. Maffie Hartnett comes in, making her second game. Only played 9 minutes yesterday, so definitely going to get a bigger cameo because she's going to play at least 11 right now. Those subs come off. Doran, who copped that yellow card earlier, comes off. She was a substitute. But Trinity do have a big enough bench to do that as the ball comes down left. Played in beautiful little passing movement there for Askew. Askew lays it off. Ball swung in. Goes far post. Beats everybody. Stays in though. Cleared away by the Cowgirls.
Trinity keep possession though through the throw-in.
Thrown in edge of the area. Laid off well. But the pass across the face isn't quite there. HSU now. Bush trying to run onto it, doesn't come off. That's Newland. Newland plays it forward for Boven. In plenty of space, that ball, she just couldn't get it through. Really good work from Stengel to step up, reach out and get the ball. And Bonnen. Now with Floyd. Lays it back for Willis. Willis given space, so she'll take it. Draws the player forward, which allows her to make that pass. Now an opportunity trying to go right. Good stretch there from the Trinity defense. They're going to need more support up front. They don't get it. And HSU come back with the ball, back to Willis again. Willis has been playing this important role of resetting the team. When they get possession back, they take their time. And they do exactly this. Willis back on the ball. Plays it forward for Templin. Double teamed out of it, but very strong from Templin to keep possession. And then fakes a dummy. Really great work from Templin. Under a lot of pressure, and then she does that cutback. That's beautiful football there from Lexi Templin, who gets the ball back, sends it forward for Bush. Bush's turn, just can't find someone. So Stengel's going to come back and try to get it. She can't do so. It's back with the Tigers now. Bagansky could only find a defender, but she's going to get the ball back. Touches a little heavy, so she can't shoot. Good work from Willis to cover, get a body in the way and get it clear. Tigers back on the ball through Rueda.
Great ball. Oh.
Rueda back on it though. Has a go, it's off for Shin. And HSU back, Bonin. Good block, good defensive work there from Boven. Now Newland, Anna Newland that is. It's a throw in for the Tigers. Anna Newland with it.
Trinity are playing really well right now. And considering all the substitutions they've made, this is an extremely impressive stretch of play from them.
A lot of space afforded to Boven. She takes it. And she's offside. So an opportunity to relieve some of that heavy pressure that Trinity have been piling on.
Despite the offside in the end there, got to give credit to the pass there. Unbelievable vision just to see your teammate making that run through and then to find her. Unbelievable. Offside in the end, but what a pass.
Yeah, hit offside, but really it was the second ball, right? So you don't so much mind when somebody's offside and it's the second ball. Tigers going forward again. And there'll be a sub now for the Cowgirls as they win a throw. It's going to be Kate Cooper coming on. First year midfielder from Austin, Texas. She was all district. She's been playing since she was 5 years old. So she's got more experience than someone who's a first year player would normally have. As HSU on the ball. Lose out now though. Trinity back with it through Creek, who goes back to Williard. There's an opportunity here to swing it over for Boven. Boven gathers well. Really good control from Boven. Sent forward, more good control. The Tigers really trying to work here. There's O'Donnell making her collegiate debut as Erin O'Donnell. Out wide. Now with Creek. Playing forward, good turn there. The Tigers just can't get through.
It's been a lot of good spells of possession for Trinity, though. Some really good passing, back and forth, pinging the ball around, one-touch, two-touch stuff. Really impressive, you know, especially when you think about yesterday. I thought they were really good defensively, really good in their shape. And they've been the same today, but they've added a new dimension in terms of what they can do in possession. Yeah,
it's been much better than what we saw yesterday, where they were just kind of struggling in that final third. Much better, gathered well there by Askew. Played back over now to Boven, looking for options. O'Donnell was calling for it. I think that might have been where she wanted to play it, but didn't end up going to O'Donnell. Ilsa Newland on the ball. Played forward for her sister, Anna. Now back, the Newland combination already paying off. And Ilsa Newland goes to ground. He's called the foul. It'll be a foul, not a corner, is the decision there.
Well done by Ilsa Newland to win the free kick there. I'm not so sure I agree with the decision, but well done to win it. And Ilsa Newland, she hasn't come off on either game yet. Has played every single minute so far for Trinity. She's been an absolute brick wall in defense. Really impressive. If not the best player for Trinity, definitely one of them.
Certainly an Iron Woman. She's played, you know, she's played over 2 hours in 2 days, which is a lot. I wonder if we'll see her in the second half, but wow, that Newland combination already paying off. It's almost like they've known each other intimately for years. Ball sitting in the middle of the box, but well dealt with by HSU, although right as I say that, the ball falls favorably for Trinity. Good opportunity here. Coming out wide for Creek, who we were both impressed with. I know you were speaking very highly of Creek yesterday. The ball turns. Trinity back with that woman, Creek. Played out wide for Boven. Boven's got Anna Newland, just couldn't get through. Good work defensively there from Bonnen, who tries to take the space. She'll win the throw.
Maybe just telegraphed the pass a little bit too much there. It was on. The run from Newland was good. Just, Boven maybe gives it away with her eyes.
That was beautiful footwork there from Boven right on the edge. You couldn't see it because it was right on the brick wall here. But she used her feet beautifully to get out of trouble. And the HSU stay with it. Keep it very, very bold stuff right on her own line. But she's a lot closer to that line than I am, so she knew exactly where it was.
Yeah, from our angle, I thought for a second it maybe had gone in.
You know who else was on that line? The assistant referee was right there too. Good ball over to Cooper. Cooper looking for options. HSU would definitely want a goal before halftime. It's going to be much easier to have that halftime talk at 2-1 than 2-0.
They haven't been anywhere near the Trinity goal in the last 20 minutes, though. It would take something special right now for them to find a goal because Trinity look stout.
Yeah, they've been really hard to break down now. Although, big mistake there from Lewis in the delivery. Good chance. She slipped, and I think that's made the delivery harder than it needed to be. And we're going to see Finley Hoover come on for the Tigers. It's going to be her collegiate debut. She is a sophomore, didn't play last year. She was a state champion in high school. Her sister Kimberly did play for this team as well. She's right-footed forward, and you can see she is slotting into exactly where you would put a right-footed forward, playing on the right side of the front too. It is interesting how you were talking about they were playing 3 in the midfield earlier, and they were playing sort of those 1 up front, and they've really switched it out now. It's playing more 2 up front and 5 in the middle, but with the 2 coming up and making it a 3 in attack. Good work there defensively from the Tigers. Standing up well was Caleb Boven. Throw in for HSU. Finds Cooper. Cooper with a really good pass. Threads the needle for Bonnen. They're going to win another throw.
And I think what it is, going back to what you're saying, it feels like a 2 in defense. The far side winger doesn't like to come back too much. Even now, she's pretty high up on the far side over there. So far side winger providing the depth in attack as the second attacking option if you are to start a counterattack there. So it leaves 2 forward, drops to 5 in midfield with the 4 in defense. Or 4 in midfield, 4 defense, 4 in midfield, 2 up front.
Yeah, the ever classic 4-4-2. Yeah, right idea there, I think, from Kirsten Bush, but no teammates running onto it, which has kind of been the story for HSU. There's some good ideas. They're just not paying off. Decent ball forward. Just a little too high for Finley Hoover to really control it down and find a teammate, but she did well to get on the end of it. As we enter the final minute of the half, 2-0 for the Tigers. Ball played back. HSU probably content to just kind of keep a hold of possession and not give up a third. Regroup, come back for the second half and try and get those 2 goals. But good opportunity brewing here for Trinity up the left. Swung in, middle of the box, finds Hoover, touches a little heavy.
Good defending there from Hardin-Simmons. Really dangerous opportunity. Could have been the 3rd for Trinity, but it looks like they'll escape, and they might get one of their own.
Big counter here. Bonnen, really great one. 10 seconds. She's going to need support, though. Blocked. Beautiful, crucial block. She's going to have to shoot on her own with a little time. It's going to go out for a goal kick that'll never be taken. As we go to half-time, much better half there for Trinity, when you say, Scott.
Yeah, really good half, especially considering how much depth they got onto the field. A lot of first-year players, a lot of debutantes getting into the game today for Trinity, and it's been good no matter who's been on the field. Very impressive performance. You got to credit Coach Harrison for that.
Yeah, he's done really well managing everybody's workload. So here we are, half-time, Trinity 2, HSU 0, in what is currently a reversal of the NCAA Division 1, NCAA first round for Division 3 women's soccer.
Oh, we were demoted since last year.
Yeah, well, you know, Trinity used to be a D1 school, but it was before either of our times. But anyway, we'll be back in about 15 minutes with the second half. Positive signs here for Trinity. We'll see how HSU regroups and comes back out. See you in a bit. Welcome back, everybody. We're back. Second half about to get underway here. HSU 0, Trinity 2. Goal in the 12th minute through Brie Werner. Her first career goal. She chipped the goalkeeper from 20, 25 yards, probably 20. Just a little outside the box. And then 24th minute, Malia Cesar scores the second goal of her career. Beautiful hold-up work from Michaela Bosco for her 20th assist. And again, goes over the keeper for the goal. So Trinity 2-0 up at half-time.
And an interesting note, you're just talking about both the goals over the goalkeeper's head. They've made a switch now in net. They've changed it up for the second half. Maybe part of the reasoning, maybe not. Maybe it was a pre-planned sub. But Trinity might have to change up their strategy, at least in the late stages of that second half. It looked to me like they were just trying to consistently shoot high because they knew that potentially that was a weakness for the keeper. Might not be the case anymore.
Yeah, we'll see. Jenna Russell comes in. She does have 2 inches of height on the other keeper. She's 5'9". She's also a San Antonio local, went to Johnson, sophomore goalkeeper. This is her 5th game. She's never lost. I never know how they credit which goalkeeper wins or loses in a
starter.
Whoever the starter is, unless the second goalkeeper concedes the goal, then you give it to the second goalkeeper, which feels a little harsh for me. They both played 45 minutes. Should be whoever concedes more, which at the moment would be your starter, Abigail Medlin. Thought a little hard done by though. Not much she could have done, really, on either goal when you get chipped like that. But it's always frustrating as a goalkeeper. Going to be a free kick here for HSU. HSU started that first half well, so it'll be interesting to see how they come out for the second.
Yeah, they were really slow to end the half. We got our stats at halftime. Trinity actually had 45% of their possession during that first half in the attacking third. In that final fourth of the field, actually, 45% of their possession.
And then it might actually be a good win. HSU did win the toss, and they may have chosen which direction to run strategically here, because the only time, rarely does the sun matter here because of where it sets, but just time of year, time of day, the sun is in the eyes of Lauren Lewis here for the second half. So it'll be interesting to see if that has an impact on her for the second half. Tigers again going back to that starting 11 by the looks of it, the same 11 that started the match, which means they're all going to play a ton of minutes in 2 days. Those ice baths are going to be very needed.
Yeah, I wonder if the subs will come even earlier this half. They were earlier in the first half than they were yesterday. They might be earlier in this half than they even were last half.
Yeah, I'd say so. You got to manage your bodies. They don't have a game again until Friday, but that's pretty common, a Sunday-Friday turnaround, so not unusual at all. Throw in here for the Tigers on the far side. Controlled there by Werner, the opening goal scorer. Congratulations to her on her first collegiate goal. I think she'll be pretty happy with the switch to Trinity.
Great interception there by Williard. Really read the pass well. Unfortunate that Trinity couldn't hold on to it, but when you're trying to switch play like that, as Hardin-Simmons were, you play a square ball like that, a flat ball right across the midfield, it's really risky because if a defender does step up, see it like Williard did, it can be really dangerous.
And just a heavy touch there from Hannah Khan allows HSU. She's in good company. Usain Bolt has the touch of a fridge. Played for my hometown team, Usain Bolt. 2 games for the Central Coast Mariners. He scored 1 goal. And then we were like, all right, this trial's done. Thanks very much. He wore 85, of course he did, because the world record's 9.85 seconds. Played 2 games, scored 1 goal, and gave away a lot of chances with his touch. Decent free kick, but just went into more of a contest than I think HSU were expecting. Williard gathers it in. HSU, though, gather that ball back on the left. Opportunity here for the Cowgirls. Beautiful work there from Erin O'Donnell. on the left. Tigers now working it up the rights. There's support. She could cross it in. Just a little too close. Goes out for a goal kick.
Yeah, the defending's really good there from Hardin-Simmons. Campbell wins it for Trinity. That starts the move. It was a brilliant win from her. And then an immediate movement, great footwork from Campbell. Finds Bosco. Bosco using her pace. But Hardin-Simmons, defender, had quite a bit of pace as well. Was able to keep up with Bosco all the way to the byline and forced a really tight angle cross as Bosco was just trying to wait and see if she could get some separation.
Good ball from Caparol, but it's just cut out, although falls favourably. Just can't control it there. Could Taylor Koch. And the Tigers come back away with it. Cesar kind of gave that away when the ball came off her hand. She did that sort of pained look on her face that she knew it was a handball. And so, free kick here.
The Hardin-Simmons coach to our left yelling out to keep possession. It's something that they've struggled with so far in this game. Just really, Trinity, again, forcing teams to play it long, not letting them play through them. And again, Hardin-Simmons forced to go long.
Yeah, coaching change made in the off-season by Hardin-Simmons. Was a forced coaching change.
Retirement?
It was a move, I believe. I'm going to double check my facts on that one.
Yeah, you got to assume if Hardin-Simmons are coming into the season already ranked and then having won a playoff game, one more playoff game at least than Trinity as well, having beaten them last year in the playoffs.
Goes in from HSU, cleared away.
Newland again. Brick wall back there for Trinity.
Yeah, Lance Key went to Louisiana. Might be a name familiar to some people watching this broadcast. Lance Key played for the Trinity men. He's been heavily involved in soccer in San Antonio, actually. He was a head coach and head of development for Alamo SC back in the day. Trinity can't clear it. Good opportunity to turn. Good recovery from Ilsa Newland to avoid that turn, because that would have almost certainly been a goal if that turn came on.
Yeah, the footwork for the turn, the Hardin-Simmons attacker did everything right. But Ilsa Newland just positioned herself so well. Didn't give her attacker an inch of room. Really good defending once again.
End result, throw in for the Cowgirls. Good throw to find Koch. Just couldn't bring it in though. Cesar on the ball. Goes long for Bosco. Lays it off wide right. Bosco's going to cut wide. Heavy touch though from Brie Werner. And it goes out for a throw. She tried her best to bring it back down and bring it in. Keep it in play. But just couldn't manage it. Ball goes out for a throw. 2-0 here. Still 38 minutes to play. I'm Chris Hockman. With me is Scott Lebo. Thanks for joining us wherever you're watching from. It's a pleasure to have you. Tigers back on the ball. Players coming forward. Clara Richards was making a good run but couldn't see her, but there's too much work with the hands there. It's going to be a relieving free kick for HSU.
Yeah, Bosco looking to use her pace there. Just couldn't quite get around the defender. Good shielding in the end from Stengel of Hardin-Simmons to keep her off the ball and win the foul.
No, HSU. Chance to build something up here. Not as strong a start to the half as in the first. Clipped her, yeah, that was always going to be a foul once she lost her feet. Goes to check on her opponent. Does Clara Richards. There's some 15-on-15 violence there. Kaylee Maddox looks okay though. That's just one of those fouls that happens. You clip your players' ankles, but they hurt. They hurt a lot. Willis is going to send this one away. Some options. Goes short instead for Mummets. Mummet has options. Goes in the middle for Aviles. Scored their opening goal of the season. She's got the ball back.
And Aviles' ability to pick that ball up in midfield after it was played into her from her center back. Again, she does it there. That's something that Hardin-Simmons were really lacking in the first half. If they can start to figure that out here, it could be big for them in the second half, help them find their way back into the game.
Yeah, instruction there from the HSU coach, Rusty Oglesby. Take the space. It's exactly what they need to do. You're going to have space on the pitch. You've just got to find it. Take advantage of the space that's afforded to you by the defense closing someone down. There's a lot of space. That's exactly what he's talking about. Aviles has a go. Not enough on it. Needed to get more power behind it and just couldn't. I think she was slightly off balance, and that took the power out of it.
Yeah, I would tend to criticize for taking a shot from that far away. I made that mistake, though, in the first half. I criticized Werner, and she put it in from a similar distance a few minutes later. So for the sake of Trinity, I guess I won't do that again. But
yeah, I don't think the HSU fans will be complaining if you criticize them for taking that shot if the end result's the same. I mean, look, maybe a little far out. I think she had more space than she thought she did.
Yep.
And so she took the shot when she probably could have got at least a few yards closer for it. And then was off balance for the shot, which really shouldn't be taking that shot off balance.
Yeah, it's always hard. If you're off balance when you're trying to take a shot, it really affects everything. It's either going to send the ball flying over or you're going to scuff it and slice it, and it's going to go in a direction that you don't want it to.
Really great work there from Alamo. Gets around a defender but runs out of space. But that was really good work. Defender Darian Williard was standing up, really trying to stop her doing exactly what she did anyway. That's the experience. Coach she had in the Philippines, Alan Stajic, really great development coach. He's done phenomenal work in the Philippines and Australia. He's now the coach of the Perth Glory men's side in the A-League. As HSU, which would mean if she went back to him, she'd be in a familiar colour because they wear purple. Sen Long headed away though. Darian Williard trying to get control here. Throw in for HSU. This is an urgency here from the Cowgirls. Getting things moving a bit more. Cut out by Cesar, but just couldn't keep control. There she is, Aviles, making a nuisance of herself again. Ball goes out wide for Alamo. She's done very well here. Loses a shin pad in the process. Just going to run over and pick it up.
Elsa Newland gets the header away once again, just commanding at the back from her.
Really good turn there from Maddox. Fouls, though. Just going over the ball is what produces that foul.
Yeah, it looked like it was a 50-50. Both of them had their foot on it. Those are really interesting sometimes because it feels like you have possession of the ball, but you're both kicking it at the same time. The ball could really go anywhere. In the end, the Trinity defender is the one who gets more on it. It goes in the direction of Trinity, and then the Hardin-Simmons player, their momentum just takes them over the top of the Trinity player. Right decision from the referee.
Yeah, good refereeing too. Gets right on it. You don't have any of that fight. Got two players that started the game getting ready to come back in for the Cowgirls, Lexi Templin and Carolyn Burrow. Tigers just can't control it. Cleared away by the Cowgirls. Tigers also getting ready to make changes.
It's been a really good start so far from the Cowgirls. Really different to what they were able to do in the first half. And if Trinity want to hold on to this lead, they're going to have to get a foothold in the game right now. We've been hearing it a lot from the Hardin-Simmons bench. Hurry up, quick, let's go. They want to keep the pressure on while they're hot. They don't want to give Trinity time to settle in and start figuring it out like they did in the first half.
Subs for the Tigers. You see Sailor Havens coming on. And Kate Askew as well.
Kate Askew, she's been a top choice substitution coming in early in every single half so far for Hannah Conn.
Yeah, they play that sort of similar position too.
Two substitutions on this left side as well as Williard makes way at the left back position.
Schneider goes herself, but too high, too wide, just hits the tree. And another change for the Tigers.
Entering for Trinity, number 22, Erin Heath.
Erin Heath coming on. She had a big cameo appearance last night too.
Yeah, she's a huge body in midfield, which is really big when you're trying to mark well and pick up long balls into midfield. Just for her size in there to force it, make it really hard to find passes around her. Just her size keeps it really difficult for Hardin-Simmons.
Yeah, she's tall, 5'10". That's what we're talking about. It's a big, tall target to aim for. Sailor Havens just loses out there to Alamo. Alamo's been doing well. Really good ball looking for Corporal. Just can't find her.
Great footwork by Harris there under a lot of pressure in the back.
Yeah, cut it out
Oh,
well.
what a turn.
Yeah, good work there from Askew. Kept in as well there by Havens. Tigers just working it around now.
Great play down that line to escape. Trinity could have been under a lot of pressure after what looked like a promising break for Hardin-Simmons, but just calm and composed at the back from all three involved. Askew and Harris notably making really big plays back in a very defensive and dangerous area.
HSU now trying to build it up the left. Just couldn't find Aviles. Bit more urgency from HSU in this half compared to last half, which has been good to see.
Yeah, they've started really well.
Templin tries to put the pressure in. For me, that's obstruction and a free kick. You can't stop like that.
Yep, I think I agree. It also looked to me like she put her hands behind her, almost a reverse push, I guess.
Yeah, push from behind, which is impressive. Goes long. Decent goalkeeping, too, to cover it. It goes out for a goal kick. But, wow, she got some height on that dive. She might even be able to cover those top corners. And so Ellie Creek comes back in.
It's another substitution that Trinity have made early in almost every half we've seen them play. Richards coming out, Creek going in at that defensive midfield role. And you see it again. Cesar drops to the 6 now. Clark is going to play that box-to-box role. She is an absolute engine on her, absolutely never stops moving.
Yeah, Ellie Creek played 36 minutes in her debut yesterday. Probably going to get more minutes than that today, I would imagine.
Yeah, by my calculations, if she stays in for the entirety of this half like she did the first half, she's set for 60 minutes in this game.
Yeah, so she'll pass 90, which is certainly a big milestone for a first-year player. You get your first full game of minutes under your belt. Thrown in. Get the sense this game isn't over at 2-0.
No, Hardin-Simmons really looking dangerous so far in this half. Trinity have had their moments a little bit more than what I would say Hardin-Simmons had at the end of the first half, but it's definitely been in Hardin-Simmons' hands so far to start this second half. Trinity have not had as much as they did at the end of the first half.
Yeah, whatever was said at half-time, working fairly well for Hardin-Simmons. I think they certainly would have liked a goal in this first 15 minutes.
And if they had gotten one, I can't say it wouldn't be deserved. They've been really, really good in possession, something that they struggled with in the first half.
Yeah, it's been better. Just hasn't had that final product, which is what we were complaining about for Trinity on Saturday night. Didn't have that final product.
And on Friday night
And on
with
Friday
the men.
with the men. So perhaps that's changed, but a heavy touch there gives it away. Gabby Aviles, the coach, expresses his frustration. Yeah, you do expect more from her. She's a great player, but she's just been a bit neutralized today. Really good opportunity here for the Tigers. Schneider just loses out. Good work there from Willis for HSU. Kalia Willis, junior defender from Fort Worth. She was all region in 2022. She's a great player. Really good run up the right here from Caporal. Plays it into the middle. Looking at back out for Caporal, but way too light from Templin. She tries to win it back though. Just doesn't work out. Tigers back on possession through Askew. Askew lays it off for Havens. Goes long, not long enough though. That's a tough header off her nose. Mercy Mummet. Put her body on the line. Good run here from Askew.
Great turn as well, using her body really well, draws
Wins
the
the foul.
fall. Yeah.
Good win there from Askew, who hasn't done a lot of like highlight reel stuff that we talk about a ton in these sorts of games, but she's done a lot of that dirty work that doesn't get a lot of credit.
100%. I would even argue that a lot of what she's done that has looked highlight reel material has been dribbling under pressure in her own defensive third. We just saw it again there. She was the one who picked up the ball and got it cleared before eventually Trinity won it back off that long ball.
Yeah, good punch away there from the keeper. Finds a teammate too, which we saw on Friday, I think it was. No, it was Saturday.
It was,
with the goalkeeper from Occidental. The first-year goalkeeper was phenomenal. So the ball goes out wide for HSU.
The one thing I've noticed so far in this second half for HSU, which is part of why they're playing so much better, the movement off the ball has been a lot more dynamic. The midfielders are dropping deeper. The attacking players, you see it right here, 7 and 3. They're just switching positions. One comes, the other goes. There's so much movement. Even if Trinity has been really stout defensively in their organization, which they have been, it's hard to mark when players move that much and switch that much.
And they haven't been as predictable about it, so it's really hard. That's really useful stuff. Comes with experience. Kate Askew, we talked about earlier, won 2 state championships at Ursuline Academy. Played club basketball as well. Substitutions coming in. Bargansky for the Tigers, and for HSU we have Belle Floyd, who I thought had a good cameo in that first half. Another change for the Tigers, just sneaking in there. Ayla Boven coming back on.
It's an interesting substitution again. I'm not sure that we've seen her play up top in this type of role. We've seen Bargansky. We've seen her come in on the wing, I think, every single half so far that Trinity has played, but not at the 9, and she's in at the 9 right now. We're going to have a concussion stoppage, I believe.
Big gasp from the crowd as the ball comes off ahead. They're going to do a stop for the concussion check, which will almost be a timeout. HSU players with the presence of mind to come over to the bench and get some water and have some chat.
And you could make this the water break.
That's what I would do if I was the referee. I would just say, hey, listen, let's call this the water break. And then get back to it, because we're at 24:47 to play.
Yeah, we might have another water break in 2 minutes.
We're 2 minutes away from halfway through. So if I was the referee, I would just say, hey, if we're doing a water break, let's do it now. That's definitely something I've done as a referee. Somebody goes down injured, you just say, hey, you know what? Let's do it. But not what he's decided, so we'll see if there is. Maybe there's not a water break in this half, which would make it very smart from HSU to take advantage and go to the water break now, because they're going to get the water that Trinity won't. And so I believe we're seeing Darian Williard coming on to replace the player getting the concussion check, which is such a vital thing. So glad the NCAA changed it and made that happen. So I'm going to have a drop ball to get us restarted. HSU back on the ball. It's pretty fair. Shot comes. Well marshalled away, though, by Lauren Lewis. Surprised we haven't seen a goalkeeper change for Trinity at all in these 2 games. So she might end up playing 180 minutes in 2 days.
So far in that 180 minutes, she's only faced 1 shot on goal. So not too much to do. Maybe that's why they're not switching her.
Cowgirls now. Some sustained possession here too, which is important. Willis ventures over halfway. And only one player in the HSU half, apart from the goalkeeper. It's about to be one goalkeeper completely.
No, she stopped.
She's deliberately, she heard me say it. She deliberately waited. Very physical stuff there from Erin Heath. Gets the ball back for Trinity. If she was in the Trinity half, she would have. If she was in the Trinity half, she would have won that. And I'll tell you what, big run here from Willis. She might get a nosebleed being that high up. Not typically what she does. She does play as a winger sometimes, though. So she can make those runs wide, but she doesn't usually do it when she's central. But she did at times last year play as a winger. Did Kalia Willis. She ran track and cross country in high school, so she's got the pace and she's got that stamina as well.
She's really impressed me so far as a center back. She's been probably Hardin-Simmons' best defensive player, really calm and collected in the back.
That was great work there from Belle Floyd to win it against the strength of Erin Heath. She was trying so hard to keep hold of it, but she couldn't do so. Good block, though, from Askew. No, from Creek, sorry.
Great work ethic again from Creek, just all over the pitch.
Beautiful passing movement here from the Cowgirls. Goes back to Maddox. Maddox lays it off for Garrett. Garrett to Willis again, getting up in the Trinity half. A lot of this game being played in half. Almost half the game was played in HSU's final third. Yes, in the first half, and now we're seeing this reversed. Ball out for Maddox. Maddox sends a wide, crossed in. Keeper half came, cleared away by the Tigers, but falls well for Alamo. Alamo cuts in, gets into the area. She cuts it back, only to a Trinity player. Really good work there from Burrow, who gathers it in. Played back for Garrett.
Really good work there from Barganski to get back and just get a little something on that shot.
But still with the Cowgirls here in the final third. Can't get anybody on it. Cleared away. Looks like it's going to go out for a throw. No, kept in. Good work there from Willis. Definitely in their best interest to keep this play going, keep it in play.
The movement from Hardin-Simmons on the ball has been really good. Again, it's players who don't have the ball moving for their teammate who does. You saw earlier in the move just some players making decoy runs across the middle. It draws a Trinity midfielder out of the way. It opens up space for an attacking player to come back into the midfield and pick it up with nobody around them and have space to turn and face the center back. It happened just now. It created that long opportunity. It's what got Hardin-Simmons into the Trinity box in the first place, and they stayed there for a decent amount of time.
Yeah, just a loose ball really ended that opportunity for HSU. Erin O'Donnell comes back in to continue her debut. First-year midfielder out of Southlake. She won 3 regional championships, Southlake. Good schools in that district.
Another dynasty. We were talking about dynasties yesterday.
Southlake.
High school dynasties.
That is a big one. And that's longer than her 3 years, I should say. They've won a lot up there. Cowgirls back on the ball. Really good footwork there from Belle Floyd. Goes wide left now for Burrow. Burrow makes the turn. Has that space to run into. That's an instruction we've seen from the coaching staff. I think it's going to beat her out though. No, she's kept it in. Good work. Good pace. Goes in, but the run wasn't there. It was narrower. Goes out for a throw. The Tigers getting ready to make some changes.
Yeah, good work there from Hardin-Simmons. The ball in the first place, it was really good. Had a little bit too much on it. Almost went out of play, but then the work ethic from the winger just to keep it in play in the end.
Yeah, really great work to keep it in and even get that chance. Because I thought for all money that ball was gone. Good effort there from Ilsa Newland. Tried to keep it alive instead of giving up the corner, but it goes for a corner for HSU. Instruction there is for Kalia Willis to get into the box. She is tall. She played basketball. She's 5'10", so some good height in the box for the Cowgirls. A lot of good tall players there. Ball sent short. Good effort from Burrow. Found her well. Cowgirls back in position. All 10 outfield Cowgirls are in the Trinity half. Now a chance for the counter for the Tigers if they can spring it quickly. I don't think they can. Really great work from Willis. She has been phenomenal defensively for the Cowgirls, and she proved it there again, getting back urgently.
Yep, even though she gives away possession in the end, it's just the work ethic to get back and to stop the counterattack. Now Hardin-Simmons, with this throw-in and the substitutions, has had time to get their players back in a defensive shape. Willis is the reason they're able to do that. I also wanted to make a note that earlier in the half, we did have an injury to Kayla Bovin. She was the one who went down with the head injury. She's back into the game now at right back. Glad to see her back out there.
Yeah, always good to see players be able to make it back out. Never want to see anybody injured. Ball skims off of Ilsa Newland's head. Goes all the way back to the keeper. Again, Trinity playing with that one defender just ever so slightly back. I wouldn't call it a sweeper, which nobody plays a sweeper in 2024 anyway. But
No, but having a flat back line is really risky. It's something that, as a center back, my coaches would always tell me that you want to have some movement, some staggered lineup to your back line, because if you're too flat, that allows the run in behind to catch all of you flat-footed, and you all have to turn tail and run at somebody who's got in behind you. It's really risky to play a flat line.
beautiful turn there from Lexi Templin, but not the support that she would have wanted as she turns and makes the pass. Coach wanted her to make more of a run and get into the box. So, goal kick here, 17-17 on the clock. Trinity 2, HSU 0. You get the sense the goal's got to come soon for the Cowgirls, or they're just going to run out of time. I see Balgobin getting ready to come on for the Tigers. Physical stuff there from Sailor Havens.
Yeah, Trinity's starting to reach the point where they can almost just see the finish line, maybe start to get a little bit more defensive, stop looking to go as forward, just to hold on to the lead that they have now. It's a 2-goal lead, which is, you know, it's substantial. It's harder to break a 2-goal lead than it is a 1-goal lead. We were talking about that earlier. They have some breathing room.
Yeah, it allows you to defend a little sooner. Ease off just a little bit. I'm a big fan of a 2-0 lead. Tigers just losing out. Really good work there from Belle Floyd to
great
get possession.
Footwork in the end, too.
Finds Alamo. She had some space to run into that I think she should have taken rather than looking for the pass. But good work again there from Maddox. It's going to come out for Alamo. She's pacey on that right wing.
Great ball over the top from Templin to find her. A flick pass from there is really difficult.
Maybe a little bit of contact, although I don't see the referee calling for advantage. There's a block there from the Tigers. Just couldn't control it and cleared away by the Tigers.
And it's been Harris for me in this half who's been really good defensively for Trinity. I'm talking about, you know, the last day or game and a half, talking about Newland and how good she's been. They've been targeting Harris in this second half. She's seen a lot of the ball. She's been really good.
Yes, done a great job. Kian Alamo there on the right. Transferred in from Oral Roberts last year. Didn't play a whole bunch over there. Played 14 games. She's in as a junior. Bosco in midfield. She's having a big shift in this second half. I'm just realizing. Ball goes long, but it's too long. Throw in for HSU.
Alamo makes way for Hardin-Simmons. She's been really good on the ball in this second half. Part of the reason they're playing so much better is how much she has been willing to come and ask for the ball. When you have a star player like that who is really good on the ball, sometimes it can be hard to find them. They mark them well. She has been moving off the ball to ensure that she gets it with an opportunity to run at her defenders.
Balgobin on, and I believe Maffey Hartnett also came on for the Tigers. Beasley Floyd on for HSU means the Floyd sisters are both on the field right now. So we might have a chance for 2 sister combinations at the same time, but we've had 2 in the match. I believe the Floyd sisters are twins, actually. Yep, twin sister Belle and Beasley. Which means they have something in common with me. They both have a twin sister. As the Cowgirls move forward, beautiful work to break through 2 there. They're going to win a corner. They're going to have to settle for a corner.
And it's Stengel. She's been in the game pretty consistently throughout. Haven't said her name too much offensively. She's been really good defensively, but it was great footwork there to beat the first defender and then puts in the ball. In the end, wins a corner. Great work from her.
Yeah, beautiful chance here. Big chance with 14-ish minutes to go for the Cowgirls. It's going to be swung in. Cleared away, though. Much too close to the defender. Sent forward again. Yeah, corner taker didn't get back quick enough. Can often happen if the ball goes back to the corner taker that they're still offside. Of course, it's impossible to be offside from the corner itself because the ball was as far up as it could possibly be. But very easy to be offside as the corner taker the next time the ball comes back to you. See Kirsten Bush getting ready to come on for the Cowgirls. Oh, an unfortunate slip there for Trinity. HSU could really take advantage of that. Probably should have been more aggressive and gone forward more there, although big opportunity. It's fallen favourably for Floyd. Belle Floyd just sends it across the face. Trinity, perhaps a lucky escape for them there.
Yeah, good job by Floyd there just to take advantage of the opportunity that she was given. Falls to her in a very advantageous position, takes a good first touch, shoots for the back post. That's what she should do in that situation. Just a little bit wide in the end, not nearly enough.
Kirsten Bush comes on. No stranger to scoring against Trinity when they're behind. Trinity were 3-0 up last year. Gave it up in a tie. Kirsten Bush was the one that scored the first to start the comeback, and now she's on for the Cowgirls up front. That's someone that the Tigers will not have wanted to see come on. Looking for a 10th career goal. So that ball runs out of throw for HSU. 12 minutes to go. 2-0 Tigers over the Cowgirls.
The wind is really starting to pick up here. Probably can hear it on our mics a little bit, but it is starting to get intense, and it is blowing the direction Trinity are going. The wind is in favor of the Tigers right now.
Swung in, keeper's come, has got that as a chance. It's poked home beautifully. 3-0 for the Tigers. That's the lead they had last year when they let it slip, but it wasn't this late. Beautifully poked home. And it's the Tigers with a big lead now, but not unassailable.
Very advantageous play there from Trinity. They haven't had a lot going forward in this second half. They've had to sit in and defend. Hardin-Simmons have put numbers forward. They've looked really good. They've looked dangerous. I would say they deserve a goal for the way they've played in this second half. But in the end, Trinity get a moment. They expel some of that pressure, and they take advantage of an opportunity, make it 3. And by all likelihood, with 11 minutes to go, that puts the game to bed for Trinity.
Yeah, I mean, look, they conceded from 3-0 last year. I don't think it's going to happen again this year with a little time on the clock. This would be a very harsh scoreline for HSU, though. They haven't been 3-0 beat at all. And so Madison Barganski scores the 4th goal of her career, first of the season, for the sophomore midfielder out of Corpus Christi.
It's been a really different second half for Trinity from what we've seen from them across the other 3 halves that they've played so far this year. A lot of possession for them in the early phases, very organized defensively. In the second half, they haven't had a lot of the ball. They've had to defend with numbers, and it hasn't been as organized because of Hardin-Simmons' willingness to run off the ball. But they've held on. They still haven't allowed a goal in all of their play, and they've looked really good both with the ball and without the ball across all 4 halves they've played.
Yeah, shooting's just been a little wayward for HSU, which is kind of helping. Still just 1 shot on goal, according to the stats. It's going to be a throw in here for HSU. Still think Trinity have to be alert. Things can happen quickly. They'll remember last year they gave up 3 goals to HSU from a 3-0 up, so they won't want a repeat of that. Darian Williard getting ready to come back on for the Tigers.
Speaking of giving up leads, you can look at an example from just this weekend in the professional game in the Premier League, actually. Everton were up 2-0 in the 86th minute with 6 minutes of stoppage time to come. So that rounds to about 10 minutes, which is about where we are here. They were up 2-0. Bournemouth came back and won that game 3-0 in the end.
Yeah, I think this might be the year that Everton is done.
Yeah.
Of course.
But
they should have been done because they breached the financial rules, which would have relegated them and kept Leeds up. Not that I'm bitter, but there's a reason Leeds United is suing. So, substitution here. But yeah, that was an absolute thriller in the Premier League.
And it shows that anything is possible, and Hardin-Simmons not out of this game for sure yet. It looks good for Trinity. Just over 9 minutes to go and a 3-goal advantage. It would have to be about a goal every 3 minutes and 10 seconds now for Hardin-Simmons, but anything is possible.
You see a couple changes coming on to try and make that happen as well. Avery McNatt came on. And the other change was Cora Saucedo. Saucedo is a defensive change in the back line, but that's because they're changing shape to try and add more up front.
Yeah, it looks to me that they're going 3-2-4-1 now, Hardin-Simmons, with Templin dropping back from her position before. She was playing at striker. She's now playing in that center attacking midfield role alongside the actual number 10, which is the number position that you call center attacking mid.
Yeah, Belle Floyd there taking the position that's on the back of her shirt. Good opportunity here for the Tigers to make it 4. Beautiful cutback.
Oh, great footwork.
It's going to be a free kick, though. It's outside of the box is the decision.
That was beautiful footwork on the edge of the box from Werner. Just dancing in front of the defenders almost. Draws the foul. Free kick. Very dangerous position here. Although it is hard to get the ball up and over the wall and then back down in time to get into the back of the net from this type of distance.
Yeah, big free kick chance here. It is pretty much on the corner of the D in the penalty area. So about 18 yards exactly from goal.
Werner wins it. Werner's going to take it.
Werner dusts herself off, steps up, looking for a brace. Sends it under the wall, cleared away. You do see a lot of teams now set up with someone lying down behind the wall for those situations.
I like the idea from Werner there. Like I said, it is hard to get the ball up and over from there. So to go low might have worked pretty well, just too many bodies in the way.
Beautiful footwork there from Askew. But it didn't work out for the Tigers. Cowgirls looking to get moving. Even one goal, even giving you something to come out of this game with. Beautiful work there.
There's a great play out of the back from Hardin-Simmons.
The Cowgirls working it forward.
Forced to go backwards again, though. Trinity just keep recovering, and it's slowing Hardin-Simmons down so much.
Yeah, they got 6 or 7 behind the ball at almost every opportunity, which makes it hard to break down. Back to Willis, she's got space to run into. She's definitely capable, uses her feet to turn.
Just no options for the movement that was there before. It's now man marking from Trinity across the board, so it's harder to break that down.
Good work there from Cesar to stick her foot in. One, though. Oh, beautiful work from Templin. Sent forward maybe a little too much on this. Lewis is covering. She's going to shepherd it out for a goal kick. 7 minutes to play. It's Trinity 3, HSU 0. A bit of a statement moment here from Trinity. Grace Bales coming back on for the Cowgirls. The grad student midfielder from Heber City, Utah, doing a master's in kinesiology. Transferred from UT Dallas after she graduated, but she wasn't in the squad that played Trinity last season. Moved to get her master's. The ball goes forward for the Tigers. Swung in, but only as far as the first defender who clears it out. Tigers regathering. Played forward. And Tigers will be content, but you always, if you've got a chance to add a fourth, you may as well. Sent up, good work there from Ellie Creek to not overcommit. Going to win a throw. And substitutions now coming in. Almost a line change from the Tigers, making 4 changes. Pretty familiar one. Ozimi coming in.
Number 17, Nina Pollock. Number 20,
Pollock coming in as well.
26, Hannah Plaisance. For Hardin-Simmons, number 32. Bradley Surratt, number 33, Mackenzie
And
Peck.
Hannah Plaisance comes on for the Trinity Tigers to make her collegiate debut. First-year forward out of New Orleans. Offside, which happened yesterday as well. Inexcusable for me. Throw-in taker. Offside. You can't be offside on the throw. But as soon as somebody touches it, you can be offside. Plaisance making her debut. Competed in track and field in long jump, which is technically a field event, although in the Paralympics it's got a T classification for track because it takes place on a track. She's 2 times All-State in Louisiana. Her dad played soccer at Spring Hill College, and her mother played soccer at Loyola in New Orleans. Diverse player. She's a forward, but she can play pretty much anywhere on the pitch. So I'm excited to see how she develops. She's going to be a useful player for Trinity over the years. And she's on the ball right now. Just lost out. She's playing on the back line right now. Cesar absolutely shirt-fronted, but gives away the foul. Cesar not happy with the decision. Harrison gets up. She thought she was taken out. Referee disagreed. Thought she initiated the contact. Which can happen. You could be the player that gets the worst of it, but if you're the one that initiates that contact, it's going to be a foul against you. Big opportunity for HSU to pull a goal back. Looks like a Mercy Mummett over it. Good ball through that little gap between the wall and the rest of the players. Mummett sends it back in. HSU players try to run onto it, but it's gathered well by the keeper. 4 minutes to play. Lewis gathering that one well. I think that was a good idea. Just didn't quite come off. Definitely caught Trinity out.
Yeah, it was another creative set piece from Hardin-Simmons. We saw them start the game with a few short corners, and now just a little ball played across the ground into the box from the free kick. I like the idea. It just didn't come off for them.
Yeah, which, you give it time over the season, maybe it will. And they get back to the ASC playoffs to try and defend their title. They have been tipped to win it. Currently ranked 18th in the country, so this is a big, big moment for Trinity. Didn't even receive votes in the poll, in the preseason poll, the Tigers. Maybe they will this week. We'll find out, of course. Systems kind of changed, so the polls don't matter, but, vibe checks are real, so. Also, I don't know if NCAA is releasing the RPI publicly. On their website, it's only for D1, so we'll see. It's a new change this year, though. All the seeds and all the bids for the at-large bids are going to be done by machines. The AI has taken over. And they say it's not going to be as regionalized, so 2 good teams like Trinity and HSUR won't knock themselves out in the first round, is the idea. Song for cleared away by the Tigers. They get it away enough. In fact, more than enough. Really good run there from the Tigers to try and gather this back in. HSU all the way back with the keeper. Just a soft touch. They probably deserve a goal from this, to be honest with you.
Yeah, their play for most of this second half, specifically early in this second half, was really good. It deserved a goal. It doesn't look like they're going to get it, although they have 2 minutes to try.
Yeah, big run there from Bush to put the pressure on. Forces the ball out. Bit of a pressure on the keeper. Heavy touch, though, from McNatt. Gives it away, and the Tigers will come back out again.
Good turn there. Wow.
Yeah, great work from Belle Floyd.
But great recovery from Malaya Cesar as well.
Now with Hartnett. Hartnett just sends it a little too long. Was looking for Plaisance. Can't find her, but offside is the call anyway. So a little under 90 seconds to go. Tigers 3-0. They did give up a 3-0 lead last year. That doesn't look like it's going to happen with 90 seconds to go.
No, it went from having to be a goal every 3 minutes and 10 seconds. It'd have to be a lot more goals than that now, or a lot quicker than that now.
Yeah, no stoppage time in college soccer. Technically there is because the clock gets stopped. So you do play more than 90 minutes, but the clock will always only go to 90. Never any actual stoppage time that you can't tell on the clock. Basically, practically the same thing, but not how it looks on the clock. As Cesar plays it up the wing. Tigers just going to play this around. I don't think they're going to risk too much here. Cesar controls. Scored the second goal tonight to Cesar, which was the second of her career. Tigers moving forward. Maybe they do want to get a fourth here. She's not going into the corner at all. We did have one last year. Keeper's down. And a great recovery. Phenomenal recovery from the keeper. That's great work there from Jenna Russell. For all money, looked a certain goal. She gets up, she palms it onto the post. Beautiful goalkeeping. That's going to be full time. Huge win for the Tigers. A 3-0 win for Trinity here over the number 18 Hardin-Simmons Cowgirls. Beautiful match. We've had a great time. What did you think of this match, Scott?
I thought it was really positive for Trinity. You know, yesterday was a frustrating one. I thought they played really well in terms of playing by their system, good defensively, really good things going forward. Just couldn't find the goal. 3 goals today. They get the result. They get the win. Very encouraging for them.
And so Tigers will be back here on Sunday. They're playing on the road on Friday. But they will be back here. I believe they're playing UT Dallas on Sunday, so a week from today. We've got the men coming up next. It's going to be Trinity versus Methodist in the men's match, our nightcap. It's been an entertaining game. We really hope you've enjoyed it. I've been Chris Hockman. That's been Scott Lebo. It's been a pleasure bringing you this game from all of us at Tiger Network. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you in a few minutes for the men's game.